Hello everyone. Our course is C language. By the end of this course, you will be able to build a basic console-based C application. What we learn from this course: C introduction, C flow control, C functions, C programming arrays, C programming pointers, C programming strings, C structure and union, and C programming files. And what we learn from this video, we will start with C introduction. Topic which we cover in this video is keywords and identifiers, variables and constants, data types, input output, programming operators, and some introductory examples. So let's start with C programming language. C programming is a general purpose procedural imperative computer programming language developed in 1972 by Dennis Ritchie at the Bell Telephone Laboratories to develop the Unix operating system. It's a procedural language. Instruction in a C program are executed step by step. You're writing a code, and the first line will execute first, the second line will execute second, the third line will execute third. Like that way, it will execute. So that's why it is called as procedural language. Portable. You can move C programs from one platform to another and run it without any or minimal changes. Using coding, you can create reusable code, which in industry it's very effective for working. For one project, if you created a piece of code, and that same code you can reuse in different project also. So it's a very portable thing, and very minimal changes we have to made over top of that one. Speed. C programming is faster than most programming languages like Java, Python, etc. As C programming directly interact with hardware, so it is very fast rather than any other programming languages like Java, Python, etc. General purpose C programming can be used to develop operating system, embedded system, databases, and so on. I already told you that it is already connecting directly hardware. It can interact with hardware easily. So that's why we to create operating system, developer uses C languages. Embedded system developer uses C languages. Databases. The example, real time example is SQLite. SQLite is developed in C language. Why learn C programming? C helps you to understand the internal architecture of a computer, how computer stores and retrieves information. Whenever you are storing a variable value, it is storing in a register, particularly in register of a computer. So directly C interact with hardware or kind of things. So that's why it is uh, it is very easy to help you to understand the internal architecture of a computer. After learning C, it will be much easier to learn other programming languages like Java, Python, etc. If you learn C language, then you can know any language very easily, because PHP is same like C programming. Then Python, Java, VBA, this PL/SQL coding, all are based on over top of that C language. If you know the logic, if you know the um, flow control kind of things in programming, then only you have to know the syntax of other language. That is the only minimal things you have to learn. So C is the basic of any programming language, or foundation of any programming language. Opportunity to work on open source projects. Some of the largest open source projects, such as a Linux kernel, Python interpreter, SQLite database, etc., are written in C programming. I already told you that SQLite database is written in C programming. So very big project kind of things, operating system creation, so those kind of things, developer are regularly used C programming language or C++ programming language to develop that kind of programming. So let's go for one simple hello world coding example. So here we can able to see there have one piece of code is there in compiler. So first we have to write the code in a platform of C programming. Then we have to compile that program, and then the output will come. So these three steps we have to follow to run a program. So and whenever you are storing any C program, you have to store it with .c extension. That's why it is code .c. .c represent C programming. So first we wrote that hash includes studio.h, then int main bracket, then int a, then one comment, another one in another comment is there also, and then printf, then return 0, then curly bracket close. So if we run this code, then it will show the output waiting for execution, then running, then success, and hello world is printing in output. So let me explain you the line by line code. So first part is a preprocessor comment. C program basically consists of the following parts: preprocessor commands. The first part is a hash include studio.h. It's include try to include the header files in your code. What do you mean by that? When you run a program, that time it is compiling or interpreting all your lines line by line. Then so compiler doesn't know the meaning of anything. So some words for him, for compiler it's a keyword, like int is a keyword, return is a keyword, but he doesn't know about the printf. What do you mean by printf? Compiler doesn't know this meaning of the printf. So we have to write the meaning of the printf in any in your code or any other place, and you have to include that one in your coding. So in studio.h, the in this header file, we wrote the print meaning of the printf. So whenever you are attaching the studio.h with your code, it will include all the meaning or whichever is written in that file, in that particular file. So now compiler knows what is the meaning of printf. They have no issue for compiler. Next part is the so through that way we have to attach all the required header file in your code. That is called preprocessor comment. Another point is you have to write this code, this hash include studio.h here only. You, you should not write it is in below part. As it is a procedural language, that's why whenever you are running this code, that time it is start with right now if we are run this code, then it will start with line number 4, and line number 8 will fire first before line number 12. So when it comes line number 8, that time it is not able to recognize the meaning of printf, so it will throw error. Means if we have to write the definition of any function before it calls, that is a main difference between any other language and C language, because C language is procedural language. That's why we have to write all the definition before the calling of a function. Next point is the functions. Int main is the function where program execution begins. If you're writing multiple function in this program, then compiler doesn't compiler how compiler will knows that from where you have to start his execution. So by default in C compiler, it's written whenever you are found main function, you will start execution from there. It's not only for C programming, it's in for Java programming also. Whenever they are found main as a function in your program, it will start execution from there itself. So this main program is a key of your program, key of your code. So you have to write all the necessary functions or everything which you want to run in your program, that you have to include in main. So this int main is a function. Another function in this code is a printf. As I already told, the definition of the printf is already in studio.h, so they have no issue for compiler to know what do you mean by printf. So this is printf. Another function. Variables. Here I wrote one variable int a, but I have not used this int a in this program. But we can use that one also, like this: a is equal to 10, and we can print that one also here, like this. And we are running this program. It's running hello world 10. So int a is a variable with a data type of integer. So this is a third part of a program that is called variables. Statements and expressions. Another part is a statement and expression. Like a is equal to 10, it's a statement, or you can say one expression which is written in your code. And fourth one is the comments. Comments is a part where you can explain the work functionality, or any comment you want to put in your code, which is which will be ignored by compiler. Means it will not compile that portion for your coding, for your output. So like how compiler knows that this is a comment, whenever it's found that slash star, then it is considered as a comment of your program, and it will ends with star slash. If you want to put multiple lines comment, then you have to use this syntax. If you want to put single line comment, then you have to put double slash, and you can put a single line comment in your code. And the last one is a return zero. I will explain you later about this one and this int before main. This two part I will explain you later. We can put like void, and we can remove this one also. It will throw the same message, same output in your output screen. Now let's go for keywords. There are this many keywords you can found in C programming: auto, constant, double, float, int, short, struct, unsigned, break, continue, else, for, long, signed, switch, void, case, default, enum, goto, register, size of. type def, volatile, while, union, static, return, if, extern, do, can. This 32 keywords is already defined in your compiler, means they have no, you don't have to include any header file for those this keywords, this word, because this word's meaning is already written in your C compiler. So whenever you are writing any of these keywords in your program, compiler knows what do you mean for this. Like if you are using int, then compiler already knows that you are want to write, you want to declare any integer type variable or integer type function, like that way. So this known as keywords. Identifiers. Identifiers is like the is a name used to identify a variable, function, or any user defined item. It should start with the letter A to Z or small hand A to Z or an underscore underscore followed by zero or more letters. Underscores and digits, underscore and digits. C is a case sensitive programming language. So if you're writing any identifier with capital hand, then you have to call that identifier in your code with capital hand only. If you are using small hand, and if you are thinking if you're thinking you can call that with capital hand, it will not work. So C is a case sensitive programming language. Acceptable identifiers like this: MOHD, Zara, ABC, move underscore name, A underscore 123, underscore temp. Not acceptable identifiers like you should not start with any special character like dollar on hash word value, then percentage var one, like that way. These are the non-acceptable identifiers in the programming. Variable and constant. In programming, a variable is a container or storage area to hold data. To indicate the storage area, each variable should be given a unique name. Variable names are just a symbolic representation of a memory location. In the code, I have written int a. So, a is a variable name. With that, whenever we are declaring int a, it is taking some space in your memory, and whatever the value you are putting in a, it will store it in that memory location. So it's a container, means it's a box. In that box, whatever the value you are putting, that is storing, and that box will reside in your memory, computer's memory. So whenever you're running your any program, then it will take some memory storage or any memory blockage in your computer, and in that way it will and in that way it will run the program. So may it happen if you're running lots of program like um, it's a kind of multiple, means lots of program in a computer, may happen your memory will go flashed, or your memory will be filled up with this programming value with this variable container storage. So if you want to define a variable whose value cannot be changed, you can use the const keyword. This will create a constant. Suppose you want to um, create a variable in the beginning of your program, and you want to define that value of that variable is a hardcode 10. Suppose hardcode constant value, then you have to declare it like const int a is equal to 10, like this. So this is a this variable is a constant, and I am defining it a 100. So so if you are defining a variable with a constant const int a is equal to 100, and if you want to change that value in your code like a is equal to 10, it will not allow you to change that value of that code. It will throw error. Like here you can able to say it is a compilation error, and it is showing assignment of read only variable a, means you should not reassign the value of a with 10, because it's a constant value. But if you are not putting const, then you can change the value of a anytime. Like right now I removed const from my code, and I am running it in my compiler, and yeah, it's compiling successfully and it will print 10. But if you are putting const here, then you are defining that this value of this a should not be changed in any case. So it will not allow you to change the value of this variable in your code. It is throwing error. So we are blocking this code. If you block this code and if you run this code, then it will print hello world and 100. Hello world in 100. Correct? So this is the meaning of constants. Data types. In C programming, data types are declaration for variables. This determines the type and size of data associated with the variables. Suppose you are declaring int a, means it will be the variable a will store only integer type variable. Means it's a box. Whenever you are declaring a variable, I already told you it will define a box of storage. Means one storage will allocate it for that variable. And if we are declaring that is an integer type variable, then it means the storage type is only store the integer type variable in your memory. In that particular location of that memory, it will store only integer type variable. Suppose we are declaring char a, so that means it's a character type variable, and in that storage location you should store only character type variable, not the integer type variable. So data types are int, float, double, char, void, short and long, signed, unsigned. These are the integers. These are the data types of a variable. Should be. This is a storage. You can say this is a storage size of a type and the value range. Whenever you are declaring a cat type variable, then that type storage size of the variable is 1 byte. Value range, it will be minus 1 128 to 127, or 0 to 255. When you're defining it unsigned char, that time it is 0 to 255, and same with 1 byte storage. When you're declaring it signed char, that time it is minus 128 to 127, and storage size will be 1 byte only. In for integer, some compiler it is giving you 2 bytes, some compilers it will give 4 bytes, and value range will be like 32,768 minus to 32,767, or minus 2147483648 to 2147483647. Same like unsigned integer, same like short is 2 bytes, and minus 32,768 to 32,767. So if you are declaring any short type variable, that means it's an integer type variable with the range of this value. If you are putting a over top of this range of that int value, then it will throw error. Same like unsigned in the short. And then long is also there. If you want to use a big value in your value range, then you can use long. It is 8 bytes or 4 bytes for 32-bit OS. If you are 64 bits OS, then it will be 8 bytes. unsigned long is also there with 8 bytes. So these are the data types which is already present in your C compiler, and the definition of that data type is already written in your compiler. I can show you one more coding. Just already one code is already written. So in this coding, we can able to see the maximum size or bit size of your each and every data type, which is written in limits.h header file. So in this limits.header file, this char underscore bit, the char underscore bit, this value is written. This is a constant value and it's written in limits.h header file. The char max 127, char min minus 128. Like that way, everything is written in this limits.h, and I'm printing that value here in this output. Another piece of coding is that if you want to see the size of the uh, size of the any data type, so we can use like this way. This is one operator size of. I will explain you after some time only. So if I'm printing like this way, so I'm trying to print the size of integer, char, and float. It's running. Yeah, success. Size of integer is 4. Size of char is 1. Size of float is 4 byte. So I already told you that in data type, char is 1 byte, int is 4 or 2 bytes, and float is not here, but float for float it's a 4 byte. So let's move into input output in C programming. This is a basic input output, and some other input output functions is already also there. We will explain it in later part. This is a basic input output in your C programming is printf and scanf. Printf is for output and scanf is for input. The printf means the int printf is a function writes the output to the standard output stream, that std out, and produce the output according to the format provided. Like percentage d, it will print like integer. Percentage c, it will print like character. Like that way. Scanf is the int scanf function reads the input from the standard input stream stdin and scans that input according to the format provided. Like percentage d, it will scan integer type variable. Percentage c, it will scan character type variable. Let's see some example. Like here only you can able to see that printf it's showing percentage d, that is printing the integer type variable. And if I do like this, I'm removing all this thing. Only these two standard library I am including in my code, and I want to printf enter a number, then scanf, percentage d a. First I declare int a. Now I'm storing that value in a variable, and then I printf entered value is this d a. Let's run this program first. I didn't put any input, so it is taking 0 as a input. Now I'm putting 99 as the input. So it is printing the value of entered value is 99. As it is, so here, as this is a online compiler, so that's why it is directly taking the value from input box and it is showing here. But when you run this code in your C compiler, it will show you first enter a number, then it will pause and it will ask you have to put the value of a, like 99 you have to enter, and then you have to enter that, press the enter in your keyboard, and then it will print entered value is 99. This is how it will work in your C compiler. So this printf means it is printing the whatever you are wanted to print in your screen. That is a printf portion, and scanf is a portion where you are scanning that particular value and from your standard out input section. So this is input output of programming printf and scanf. Now let's come over to programming operators. They have arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, assignment operators, miscellaneous operators. Arithmetic operators is nothing like same like our mathematics. It's plus, minus, into, division, modulus, then increment operator and decrement operator. Like if you are writing a plus plus means it's a 11, or suppose if you are using this increment operator like plus plus a means it will increase, and suppose you are defining a is equal to 10 and you are using plus plus a means it will show you 11, means first it will increment and then it will show the value of that particular variable. Same for decrement operator is also there. It will reduce the value of your variable by 1. Next one is a relational operator. It is a if when you're using any particularly if else condition, or you want to put any condition kind of things in your logic, condition kind of logic in your programming, then we are using relational operators like is equal to, then not equal to, then greater than, less than is equal to, greater than is equal to, like that way. So these are the called as a relational operators. Logical operators. Logical operators is also when we are trying to use any conditional or conditional logic in your program. That time we are using a logical operator, like AND operator, OR operator, or NOT operator. So these are the logical operators in your program. And as bitwise operator, bitwise operator is single ampersand is the AND operator, then odd operator, then XOR operator is also there, then complement operator is also there, then left shift operator and right shift operator. So this bitwise operator we can use again when we are trying to put any logical thing in our logic in our code. That time we can use bitwise operator, and we can do our we can establish our logic in our code very easily, and it will be faster. Bitwise operator will be the faster than any other operators. Last one is the assignment. Another one is the assignment operators. It is equal to is a directly you can assign any value like c is equal to a plus b, or a plus b is equal to c, like that way. It is a assignment operator is equal to plus equal to is a c plus a equivalent to c is equal to c plus a. When you are doing some sum, and suppose sum is equal to sum plus a, then you can write the same code like sum plus is equal to a. Same like minus is equal to c is equal c minus a. C minus is equal to a is equivalent to c is equal to c minus a. Same like c star means into is equal to, it is same like c is equal to c into a. Division is equal to is the same like c is equal to c division a. Modulus is equal to same like c is equal to c modulus a. Left shift and assignment operator is the same like c is equal to c left shift 2. Right shift is also same, and operator is also same. Bitwise and assignment operator, then bitwise exclusive or operator, and last one is bitwise inclusive or operator. It's like same like example. Another operators is miscellaneous, you can say. I already told you the size of operator. It returns the size of a variable, size of a, where a is integer will return 4, and returns the address of variable. When we are trying to scan any variable, I already put ampersand a. Ampersand a returns the actual address of the variable. So it when we are coming into pointer section, that time we will explain this and star operator. Star two operators in that particular section. It is related to pointer. So star is a pointer to a variable star a, and question mark colon is a conditional expression. If condition is true, question mark, then value x, or otherwise value y. So question mark is before question mark you have to put the condition, and then the if you, the condition of the value, if it is true, then the first part of that value we have to print here, then value x, that is a true value. And if it is false, then we have to put the value of false after the odd operator, means the colon, and the next part of the word is a uh, your false statement, means otherwise value y. So this is a conditional expression. It's some kind of if else. You can use this operator when you try to reduce your code, and you want to remove if else condition from your code, and the same logic you want to put there, and you can use this operator question mark colon instead of if else condition. This is how operators precedence in C, means how it is running in C. So this is a one example. You can see it off in screen. Now let's start already example of coding in you can try this coding in your compiler, in your desktop compiler or in your tutorials compiler. And if you find any issue with these introductory examples, then please let us know in our query section. We will give you particularly solution for this coding in the next video. So you can start with your coding and happy coding. These are the, you can say these are the exercise for you guys. So thank you.